Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Syaimin Syarudin. My matrix number is AA190907. So I'm going to give a brief introduction on RFID. So RFID stands for Radio Frequency Identification Technology. RFID is similar to barcode. Currently, barcode is mostly used worldwide, but RFID is slowly taking over. The memory that RFID has to offer is 16 to 64 kilobyte, while barcodes only 1 to 100 bytes. RFID is used to gather data of a certain item without the need of touching or seeing the data carrier. It uses the inductive coupling or electromagnetic waves to transfer data. Next is what is inside of RFID and how it works. So in the process of RFID, we got the data carrier and the transceiver that receive the data. The data carrier is a microchip that is attached to an antenna and can be called transponder or a RFID tag. When within a given range, the transceiver can receive the data from the carrier and transfer it to the host computer. It can also be enhanced with data encryption for higher security so that the data will not be scanned accidentally.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Izzuddin bin Ibrahim. My number matrix is AA190005. Next, now let us see the working principle for the RFID system. So before we see its working principle, let us see the different frequencies at which this RFID tag are operate. So mainly these RFID tag are operate at three frequencies: the low, high, and ultra high frequencies range. So this frequency range of frequency of population varies with country to country, but majority of the countries use the follow this frequency for the operation for the RFID tag. So as these low frequency signals can travel very short distance, so the range is up to the 10 centimeter. This high frequency radio wave can travel up to the 1 meter, while the ultra high frequency radio wave can travel much longer. The RFID tags which are using the ultra high frequency can travel up to 10 meter to 15 meter. So now let's see the working principle for this RFID tags. This working principle also depend upon the frequency of operation. So for the low frequency and the high frequency operation, the working principle is based on the inductive coupling. While in case of ultra high frequency RFID tags, its working principle is based on the electromagnetic coupling. So first of all, let's see the working principle for this low frequency and high frequency RFID tag. RFID reader continuously sending a radio wave with a particular frequency. So now this radio wave which is being sent by this RFID reader serves three purposes. First, it induces the enough power into the passive tag. Second, it provides the synchronization clock for the passive tag. Third, it acts as carrier for the data which is coming back from the RFID tag. So these are the three basic purpose which is being served by the radio wave that is sent by this RFID reader. So in case of a low frequency and high frequency operation as a RFID reader and tag are very close to each other. So the working principle is based on the inductive coupling. So the field which is generated by this RFID reader used to get coupled with the antenna of a RFID tag. And because of this mutual coupling, the voltage will get induced across the coil of RFID tag. Now some portion of this voltage is getting rectified and use it as a power supply for the controller as well as the memory elements. Now, as the RFID reader is sending a radio wave of a particular frequency, so the voltage that is induced across the coil is also a particular frequency. So this inductor voltage is also used to derive the synchronization clock for the controller. So now suppose if we connect a load of this coil, the current will start flowing throughout the load of, and if we change the impedance of this load, then the current that flowing throughout this load will also get changed. So now suppose if we switch on and off this load, and current will also get switched on and off. So this switching of current also generates this a voltage in a RFID reader. This switching on and off the load is known as the load modulation. If we switch on and off this load according to the data stored inside this RFID tag, then that data can be read by the RFID reader in the form of a voltage. So in this way, using this load modulation, we are changing the voltage that is generated across RFID reader coil, and it's this way we are generating modulation on carrier frequency, the low frequency and high frequency RFID tags. Using this load modulation technique, the data is being sent back to RFID reader. Next, let's see the working principle for the ultra high frequency in case of ultra high frequency, as a distance between the reader and a tag is up of 2 few meters. So the coupling between the reader and the coil will be the far field coupling. So this RFID reader continuously sending the radio wave of a particular frequency toward the tag. And in response, this tag is sending a weak signal to RFID reader. Now this weak signal, which is being sent back to RFID reader, is known as the back scattered signal, and the intensity of this back scattered signal depends upon the load matching across the coil. So if the load matched exactly, then the intensity of the back scattered signal will be more. But if not matched exactly, the intensity of this back scattered signal will be less. So in this way, by changing the condition of a load, we can change the intensity of the back scattered signal. If we change the condition of load according to the data that is being stored across this RFID tag, then the data can be sent back to the RFID reader. This way, RFID reader is able to send that data. Now, in the case of powerful coupling, as a distance between the RFID reader and tag is few meter, so the initial signal which is being sent by the reader should be strong, so that the back scattered signal can be retrieved by this RFID reader. So this how in case of far field coupling, the signal is sent back to the RFID reader using this back scattered modulation. Thank you. That's all for me. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Aiman Afiq bin Ahmad, matrix number AA190726. I will explain about the application of RFID. The first RFID application is the RFID based toll gate system. This system we can found on highway. In Malaysia, this system is called Touch and Go RFID. As 2020, there are 83 toll plazas using this RFID system. But how does it work? First of all, we need an RFID tag placed on the windshield of the car or on the headlight on the left car. The tag is connected to a system like e-wallet that we can top up our money in it. When the car passes the toll that equipped with the system, the money transaction will be credited without using cash, so the money in the e-wallet is reduced. This system is very useful because it can smooth our journey and can reduce congestion on the highway, especially during the festive season. Users do not need to stop at the toll gate to pay. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, hi and Assalamualaikum. So my name is Amir Irfan bin Ghaffar with number metric of AA190457. So today I'm going to continue our presentation for our group with application of RFID. Okay, so we're gonna talk about the tracking for safety. Okay, so why we're gonna talk about the tracking for safety is the first application of the RFID is to the people tracking or the document tracking. Okay, we go to the for people tracking first. Okay, for people tracking, systems are used for safety. Hospital and jails are most broad following required spot. Hospital use RFID tags for tracking their special patient. In emergency patient and other essential equipment can easily track. It will be mainly very useful in mental care hospital where doctor can track each and every activity of their patient. Hospital also use the RFID tag for locating and tracking all the activity of the newly born baby. The best use of the people tracking system will be in the jails. It becomes an easy tracking system to track their inmates, and many jails of different US states like Michigan, California, and Arizona are already using RFID tracking system to keep a close eyes on the jail inmates. And then we talk about document tracking. This is the most common problem available of the large amount of data and document brings lots of problem in document management system. And RFID document tracking system save times and money by certainly reducing the time spent searching for the lost document and the financial and legal and legal impact associated with a losing document. Okay, I think that's all from our presentation for our group, and thank you very much.